not just popular. Why Jungkook is the most influential Korean singer globally. Jungkook is no longer just a K-pop idol. He has become a global symbol, a figure that transcends language, culture, and even the music industry itself. When the world talks about the most globally influential Korean singers, one name almost always appears at the top of the list: Jungkook. Not because of hype, not solely because of popularity, but rather because of the real influence that he consistently built up from a very young age. In the midst of a cruel and forgetful entertainment industry, Jungkook has grown into an increasingly relevant figure over the years. Many singers have viral moments, but few are able to turn those moments into legacies. Jungkook is one of them. He is not just the handsome face or lead vocalist of the phenomenal group BTS, but a representation of hard work, extreme discipline, and artistic evolution that is rarely seen. Since his debut, Jungkook has shown something different. She is not a singer who relies only on vocal technique, but also on emotions. Every note that came out of his voice felt alive, as if he was not only singing, but also telling a story. This is what makes listeners from various countries, who do not even understand Korean, can still feel the message he conveyed. Jungkook's music works at the level of feelings, not just ears. Jungkook's global influence is also evident from how his name stands strong even outside of BTS's identity. While many of the members of big groups struggled to build a solid solo image, Jungkook took matters into his own hands. His songs broke international charts, were played on global radios, and entered the playlists of listeners across generations. This was not a coincidence, but rather the result of the musical credibility he had built up over the years. However, what makes Jungkook truly influential is not just streaming numbers or chart positions. It changed the world's perception of Korean singers. If in the past K-pop was often seen as a momentary trend, Jungkook helped break that stigma. He proved that Korean singers can compete, even lead, on the global music stage that has been dominated by the West. Behind the lights and glitter of the stage, Jungkook is known as a perfectionist. He continues to train despite being at the top. He continues to study despite having received worldwide recognition. It is this attitude that has quietly become an inspiration to the younger generation, both in Korea and internationally. Jungkook never sold instant dreams. He showed that talent without hard work is just empty potential. Jungkook's influence is also felt strongly in the digital world. His every move is in the spotlight. Every simple upload is capable of sparking a global conversation. But unlike other celebrities who go viral because of controversy, Jungkook is known for his consistency and honesty. He does not create sensations, but sensations come by themselves because of who he is. It is undeniable that Jungkook has also become a new standard for young singers. Stable vocals, world-class dancing skills, natural stage charisma, and an almost obsessive work ethic, all of which make him a figure that is difficult to compete with. Many tried to imitate, but few were able to come close. Even more thrilling is how Jungkook remains grounded amid his global influence. He has not lost his human side. On various occasions, Jungkook often talks about fear, pressure, and fatigue. This frankness brought him even closer to fans. It is not a star that stands in an ivory tower, but a figure that walks with them. Another reason why Jungkook is so influential is his ability to bring the world together. At the concert, Jungkook's song was sung by thousands of people from different backgrounds, in one voice, one emotion. His music became a universal language that unites differences. In an increasingly divided world, this is a very rare and valuable influence. More than anything, Jungkook is proof that true influence isn't built overnight. It was born of a long process, sacrifice, and perseverance that was not widely seen by the public. The world may see the end result, but behind it is a lonely journey full of wounds and sweat. Today, Jungkook is not only the most influential Korean singer globally, it is a symbol of change. A symbol that music knows no boundaries. A symbol that hard work can break stereotypes. And a symbol that a young man from South Korea can shake the world without losing his identity. Not just popular, Jungkook is an influence in itself. Continuing the story, Jungkook's influence deepens as the world begins to explore not just what he achieved, but how he achieved it. Behind the camera, Jungkook grew up under almost inhuman pressure. Debuting at a young age deprived him of normal adolescence, but from there was born the steel mentality that is now the foundation of his global influence. He learned to defend, learned to be silent when attacked, and learned to get up without screaming. The world saw that calm and believed. When many young stars collapsed by expectations, Jungkook chose a different way. He honed himself, perfecting small details invisible to the audience. Breath during high notes, emotional control in ballad songs, to physical strength on stage that is never half measures. Each performance felt like a statement that the world's standards could be challenged by someone willing to work harder than anyone else. Jungkook's influence is also felt strongly in the industry. International producers, musicians across genres, to music critics began to put respect that is no longer wrapped in the euphoria of fandom. They talk about quality. They talk about discipline. They talked about mature musical instincts. Jungkook did not come as a Korean phenomenon, but as a world artist who happened to be from Korea. That small difference changed the way the world viewed K-pop. No less important, Jungkook influenced the way new generations see dreams. It does not polish failure, it does not mask fear. In his frank confessions, he often mentions the mental stress, a sense of inadequacy and fatigue that come with success. Strange indeed, but it is precisely from vulnerability that its influence strengthens. Many young people feel seen, feel accompanied, feel not alone. Jungkook didn't preach. He set an example on the global stage. Jungkook's aura is different. It does not dominate with arrogance, but with presence. There was a calm that kept thousands of eyes glued. There are beliefs that are not coercive. And as his voice fills the arena, those boundaries collapse. Language, country, identity all melting into one collective experience. This is a force that no graph or algorithm can calculate. Even in silence, Jungkook remains influential. As he chose to step back for a moment, the world waited. When he came back, the world was listening. Not many artists have such gravity, a gravity that attracts attention without the need for sensations. It doesn't pursue validation. Validation comes to it. Over time, Jungkook's influence transformed into work ethic standards. Many trainees and young artists cite her name as a benchmark, not just for vocals or performance, but for attitude. Come early, practice longer, respect the team, maintain quality even in the absence of a camera. These values are spreading slowly but surely, forming a new generation that is more aware that success is not just talent. At this point, it becomes clear that Jungkook is not just a pop culture icon. It is a mirror of changing times, where sincerity can be a force and consistency can beat sensation. The world doesn't just listen to the music. It learns from the way it walks. So when people ask why Jungkook became the most influential Korean singer globally, the answer is never simple. True influence is not simple. It is born from the accumulation of small correct choices, from the courage to remain human, and from the commitment to continue growing despite being at the top. And amid a world of rapidly changing idols, one thing is certain: Jungkook's name won't fade easily. Not because of popularity, but rather because the imprint of his influence has been embedded far beyond music, beyond the stage, beyond time.